Where's my phone? Yeah. I'll just make sure I'm just going to get live in the group. That's okay. If you need anything, you let me know.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, we're here. We are here. We are live. What's happening there? Where's my phone? Yeah. Okay, how do I make sure I'm just going to get live in the group? That's okay. If you need anything, you let me know. I can hear myself talk. Oh, we're here. We are here. We are live. What's happening? Okay. All right. So say hi if you're on. Welcome to the God Interviews. We are live in the group, and I'll just come through with the introduction first, and then we will begin. I'll just put it up on my laptop too. Maybe I don't need it here. Let's see. And we've got Kimberly first on. Yay, Kimberly. Hi, hi, hi. Okay, so I am going to begin with the introduction. And so, okay, so let's see. All right, let's begin. So I am honored to reveal, I'm Maria Portas, and I'm honored to reveal the gods. They are a remembrance of who you be. It's time. The gods are the new earth divine leaders that are here to provide direction, guidance, and healing to you and our world. Right now, everything is crumbling. It's been dismantled as we speak. Many don't know who to turn to, who to trust. The gods are divinely chosen to lead, and they each bring a remembrance of who you be. I share the gods with you. They are here for you. They are a stand for love, truth, and freedom for all. We all rise together. Each one of us has a divine energy, including you. It's who you are. It's the filter that you see your world through. Aligning to your energy is where you thrive. We came to activate this planet. So each God will activate and awaken their divine energy within you. Each video is a transmission and an awakening to the divine powers that live dormant within you. You will be coded to thrive, love, create, and expand to more. These beings have tapped into their divine power, and one by one, we will activate the world. I share the gods with you for you to remember who you be. I share the gods with you to remind you of the greatness that lives within you, that we are more, that each one of us brings a piece of heaven to earth. When we are on purpose, we are the medicine of our world. This is the piece that many are missing, your knowing of who you be. For the past 10 years, I have been activating the gods of this world, divinely activating their God frequencies and watching them release their magic into the universe. Now is the time for you to meet them. So who we have on board today is the beautiful Jessica Dunn. And she is, when her purpose came through, it was Mother Earth. You are Earth Mother on this planet. She is that divine energy of Earth Mother. She is Gaia. She's representing that on the planet. So she is that energy first and foremost. So welcome, Jessica. Welcome. So happy you are here.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. So let's get right into it. So tell me what being the energy of the divine Mother Earth on this planet, what that means to you, to us, what does that all mean for you?
Oh, for me, I think helping people reconnect back to the earth, reconnect back to themselves, reconnect back to the wisdom of the earth and the magic and medicine of the earth. Because the earth has a lot of healing powers and abilities, and medicines. And I think that the more and more, I think that our connection to the earth can bring us back to who we really are, can guide us back to who we really are and where we're really meant to be going. And it's the disconnection is part of what keeps us separate from ourselves and from who we're meant to be is our disconnection to earth. Yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. That's like how many beings, like we are on Mother Earth, like she is our mother, she is supporting us. We are here because she is here. And if she doesn't exist, we don't exist either. We don't have a home. And
Yeah.
and it's like, but how often do we think of her? Like we actually, most people go through their day never thinking about anything to do with the earth.
Yeah.
And tell me, when we first met, what kind of work were you doing? What kind of things were you doing?
So I was just in the process of about of launching my business, which was for the first time quite heavily aligned with what I believe to be my purpose, which obviously I still do, but now with this extra nugget of info. But I was all about it. So the business was And Then She Is, And Then She Rose. And it's all about really embodied movement, a deep cacao work.
Mm-hmm.
I feel a deep calling and to help people learn how to use cacao themselves. So they can do their own healing, work with her themselves, work with her magic, because really you can do anything with her. When I say her, I mean the cacao spirit. And wild woman medicine, which I believe is so important to everybody, but particularly women. And really rising the true divine feminine, really seeing her rise in our world and our society and our culture.
I love that. I love that so much. So I just want to read a little bit about the first thing that came through, and then we'll speak some more on that. So the first thing that I gave Jessica was, and this is the divine speaking through me to Jessica, and it's her life purpose session, right? So the very first thing we receive is our essence, the very energy that we are, the God energy that we came to represent on this planet. So, and the divine says, Jessica, there is an essence that lives within your soul. This essence is inside your womb. It is carried through an expression of who you be. You are Mother Earth. So that was the first time she heard it, right? So, and God said, your womb has just expanded. There is an expansion right here, right now. You are Mother Earth walking this. You are the Mother Earth walking this earth. Be that, see that, know that there is an expression on this planet. It is vital to who we be. We are to reconnect to your spirit, your essence. There is a magic that you bring to this land. It is an embodiment of who you be. So when that came through, you are Mother Earth. Okay, so you were just receiving that. And then also that part, this essence is also inside your womb. There is an expansion of your womb. And your womb has just expanded. And I knew nothing about, what have you got in your womb right now? Body, right?
A little boy.
Yay!
Or a big boy, a big little boy. And I've been told many times it's a little blue diamond soul who's here to anchor the new way, the new earth, for the world.
Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. And so I had no idea that Jessica was pregnant at this stage. And just when I read that to you, then you came back and said, well, I'm actually pregnant. Like, I remember you saying that. I was like, what? Of course. That's amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So,
and I remember, you might not remember, but I conceived the child the weekend of the Bali reascension
Oh, wow.
transmissions.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Because then you had a VIP session with myself and Leah. We did,
Yeah.
and then Leah did her transmissions and all her magic that she does. Yeah, oh, that's amazing. That is
Yeah.
cool. So we were all part of that. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just how the magical appears. We had no idea that you were pregnant when we hopped on this call. And your purpose, Jessica, is to reveal the planetary alignment of this earth, right? And there's so much more in your purpose and everything. But I love that you shared that your business was, where did I write it down? And she rose, or and she rises, or and she rose.
And then she rose.
And then she rose, okay? And then she rose. So I guess you were talking about women, but at the same time, it's Mother Earth also is rising through us, and Mother Earth, and then she rose, okay? So a lot of the work that Jessica does with women, it's also then on a planetary state too, it's also for the earth. Like what she gives to women is also what she gives to the earth. Who she bees with women is who she bees. Like she's taken that knowledge from Mother Earth, from the cacao spirit, okay? So, and she's taking that and being that representation. So we have to be real here, because I've done so many of these sessions and everybody goes, yep, yeah, that's me. That's definitely me. Of course, yeah. Oh my gosh, yes. And Jessica was in resistance and said, oh, but there's so many other women that probably could have that. And I'm like, yeah, but God chose you. You are it. That's, you know, and you're not supposed to feel a different way. It's who you be. Like, I don't feel different to the divine or anything. It's just, it's so natural for you to be that. And so she's thinking, oh, but there's all these great women doing all these things. And I'm like, but you're doing it. You are you. That's how you be. God chose you. And then we had our session, and it's amazing, and I'll read a lot of it through here, and Jessica will share some too, but it's like mind-blowing, and for us to know about Mother Earth too. But also then Jessica went off, like, let's be real, Jessica went off, and then she came back and also said, I'm not sure if I'm the right one, and I don't agree with all this, and I don't know if it's me. Like, she's the only person that ever came back and just went, I don't think this is right. And I'm like, look at what you're doing. Like, look at what you're doing. And she goes, I'm not even doing any of the Mother Earth work. What am I doing? And I'm like, oh my gosh, she'd tell me stories. So tell me kind of things that you do, like you're saying that, and then she rose. Like, everything that comes out of her mouth, I just hear Mother Earth speaking. I just hear that. You just think it's normal that everybody thinks like that and whatever. But, and then she rose. She's taking us, she's birthing the new earth through us, okay? And at times she's been pissed, she's been angry, okay? So at that point she was angry. She's like, this is not okay. I don't think I am. And I'm like, oh, you're angry. At that time I thought, yeah, Mother Earth is really pissed with all of us at that point. Like, it was a time where I thought Mother Earth was just like really angry and pissed at us because you're just shitting all over me and nobody's like looking, and then we're going to end up in problems, right? So yeah, tell me a bit about that.
So what I was have done and passionate about doing cacao ceremonies where through the energy, by going into the energy of the wild woman in an embodied movement, then coming back to your inner essence, yeah, because I feel very strongly about, you know, everybody coming back to their inner essence. So I've done work with that. I've also designed a number of programs, online programs, for you to learn how to work with cacao on your own, where you get so many ceremonies and they're all sort of a different theme. So lots of deep cacao work, and really trying to not just do a ceremony for people, but teach them how to work with it. Yeah. And yeah, there will be more and more embodied movement coming out, and over the course of this pregnancy, I really dropped in on just the feminine in our society, you know, and I can feel this, I can feel something coming around conception and pregnancy, you know, and potentially even birth, although, you know, I'll have to wait until I've birthed to see where I am on that. But just the way, just really noticing the way, you know, and we do this in general with a lot of things, but we don't honor women, like, because of where we've come from. So we've gone from wanting to do anything, you know, to prove that we can do anything. And then somehow I feel that we defaulted into everything. And a lot of us don't honor the pregnancy, and a lot of us don't even really honor the birth, or and because we're so fixated on bringing in the money, and, you know, for whatever reason, from fear, from programming, people don't like to have any time period where they don't have money coming in, you know. So it's like, okay, so how many weeks maternity leave do I get? Okay, you know, so I'll work up until 5 days before I have a baby, and then I'll have, you know, my 2 months off, or however long I get, or maybe 6 months, or some, you know, stretch it for a year, and then back they go. But it was just really, for me, not working for the pregnancy. It was such a journey, such a deep journey, the pregnancy, and I really felt strongly, you know, I really felt for the women who had to go off and go to work, because, you know, some women feel great. I'll get, you know, so this isn't a blanket. Everybody feels different, and everybody, every woman should be able to do whatever she deeply wishes to do. But we have so many symptoms, like the fatigue, the sickness, all of these things. Plus we have this little soul in our belly. And, you know, most of us aren't even, like, allowing ourselves to rest, or, you know, we're rushing off to work. We're still doing 50, 60 hours weeks. Then we're coming home, we're cooking dinner. You know, there's very little connection to the baby, and very little self-care. So we're birthing these, you know, I feel like that we've built this society of women who are conceiving under these conditions, carrying under these conditions, and then birthing and having their small period, and then back they go under those conditions again, you know. And I feel like, yeah, and it was such a beautiful experience for me to actually just be in the feminine and be held by my husband. And I'm not saying that everybody, you know, everybody's got a different situation, but we didn't have a situation where it was obvious that we could do that. It's just that we made it work. Yeah, we let go of the idea that we had to keep money coming in, and we had to save like we normally do. And we have gone backwards this year, a little bit, especially now with the baby. But I trust, and I know that it's just a temporary. This is just this year, and next year, you know, will be very different. I totally trust that, and I let go of the idea that there has to be money coming in, you know. There has to be money coming in from me and from him, you know, and we have to be saving every year. Like, this is 1 year, it doesn't matter. So I feel very passionate about that. But I feel like I wanted to share with you.
Before you go on, because I'm just loving what you're sharing.
Okay.
And I want everybody to listen to you and to hear you, and especially if you're on the replay or whatever, or you're live here. When Jessica speaks, to me, I'm receiving that as Mother Earth speaking. Mother Earth telling us about, you just had a message there received about this year, and it's just a year, and it's just this, and next year it'll be better, and this and that. Listen to it, go deep into her, because what she's telling, she's just a representation of this energy in human form, but she is the Mother Earth energy. She is Gaia, and whatever she speaks, she's doing a transmission to you, and she's just telling you what's happened in her life, what she's feeling, what she felt, what she thinks, and whatever. And that is you receiving from Earth. What if Mother Earth was sitting there, because she is, transmitting to you and saying to you, this is what this year is. This is what we need to do. We need to slow down. We need to listen. We need to listen ourselves. Listen to what's birthing. We say we want a new earth, and we're all like still trying to hold something else, a different, we're doing something else, and then we're wanting to birth a new earth. And Mother Earth is here, sitting here and saying, hey, we've got to slow down. Maybe, you know, money's slowed down. Maybe a lot of things have slowed down. But hey, it's just this year. And then as long as we do it the right way, it's this year. And then like listen to her speak about her life, but it's the earth speaking to you, giving you these messages. That's what the transmission I want you to receive, because I'm receiving it and I'm just like, my heart is bursting. So continue, please.
Well, with that, I feel like I should add as well, now that you've put it like that, it's over the course of the last 2 years, that's something I've observed in almost everything. Like I think you just said, we're wanting to birth this new earth, but we're like this, you know. And we do that with everything. Like we're wanting to conceive a child. Some of us are wanting to conceive a child after years, you know, but we're still doing this crazy. We're working under chronic illness. We're trying to recover from chronic illness. Sometimes we're aware of it, sometimes we're not. We're working with significant body issues. We're working with repeated cancer. You know, with cases of cancer that are coming up once, and then maybe it comes up again and it comes up again. And because last year I was also sick, so I had chronic fatigue. So I pushed myself, and I realized that I'd been working for about 4 years with mild to medium chronic fatigue, but I only realized that once I left my job and my body closed down, you know, because you're so used to drinking coffee. You know, you just get used to it. It's like you get used to this norm of like, I'm exhausted, I have my coffee, I get through to 1, I go and get another coffee, I come home, I'm exhausted at the end of the day. But I knew, you know, my work was very high, had a lot of high emotional stress. I was operating really under some level of anxiety most of the days. So then I come home and I'm exhausted, and then on the weekend I'm exhausted as well. But you sort of just, I don't know, it becomes your norm, and you think, you know, something's not right, and you do go down avenues to improve it. But never does it occur to you like, oh, maybe I should just leave my job. Like, maybe I should just have a year off. Like, yeah. And it was only I left my job to look for a new job, because I finally reached the point where my soul was just screaming at me, and now I feel that actually this little boy had decided that things were going to be very different. So, you know, I left my job, and then obviously I went into total shutdown, and just the lessons that I learned from that. And again, last year was another year, you know, like we never, if someone had said to me in 2018, oh, just take a year off, I would have said, oh, well, I can't do that. Like we're not like rich people. Even though I've been manifesting abundance for, you know, working on, you know, for 10 years, and I believe that we're only able to do what we've been able to do because of that, because we've gotten ourselves to a certain level. But there's no way I would have, you know, just left my job, or my husband would have said, yeah, you know, just leave your job. But when you're sick, suddenly you have to make it work, and then you make it work and you realize it is actually doable. Maybe not for all of us. I know some people, you know, they would be going into credit card debt, and I'm not here to say blanket, but I feel like the big lesson that I learned last year is I believe that it can work for more people than they realize. You know, everyone's driving around in these brand new cars. They're consuming to high levels. And then they're saying, well, I couldn't possibly take a year off, you know? So what if you sold the new cars and you bought some old ones? Or like, you know, you stopped consuming and spending money like I had been, because I didn't need to, you know? I didn't need to, and we were still comfortable. And I did probably more personal growth sessions and work than I'd done before. But it just worked, and I focused on manifesting abundance that year as well. So it was like I learned that last year in that circumstance, and then obviously then falling pregnant again. It was just the same continuation, you know, and I feel more and more, I feel like I'm living the life that I've been manifesting for 10 years.
Nice.
It doesn't look how I thought it would look. Yeah. So we're not like, bank statement isn't like got all the zeros and all those things. But I know that I'm held. I know that we are held. And I know that I don't believe I'm ever going to go back to grind work, or I've made a decision that I'm never going to go back to grind work again, because
it has to be different. It has to change now.
Yeah.
Like there's a new way and you're birthing it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, we cannot go back to the old ways.
No.
All this, like you said, consumption and everything. And I'm, you know, all for people living abundance and all that stuff. And yes, but there's also a part of our world and our earth that is just, it is just consumption. It is just consuming, not even enjoying. Like I'm all for luxury, all of it, you know, but not even enjoying what you have. And it's a throwaway society. And when you think about, it's a throwaway society. And all of a sudden it's like there's so much stuff that we accumulate and then we just throw away. But think about it. Where are we throwing away? Like, where are we throwing everything away? It's our home. It's our earth. Like, it doesn't go to a place, another planet that's called rubbish tip. We're polluting our planet. We're like just throwing away, and we're not taking care of things in the oceans and everything that comes along with it. So I love how you're saying that there is a different way to live, and you're choosing that, and you're being that example also for people to just stop and breathe, and we're going to be okay, and we will be held. So I love that. I think just a second ago you were going to share, and I think I interrupted you then, but you were going to share something that you received.
Oh yes, sorry, my battery just looked like it was going to die. So
that's fine. I can share a bit if you want. You can wait.
Yeah, and then I'll come back.
I'm happy to share this because there was so much on her life purpose session that I just want us to receive so we understand Mother Earth too. So let's see. Okay, so with her purpose, so you are this expression. So you will know what she needs and requires and what we need to feed this earth. You are this expression. She will speak through you. She is you. Only you forgot who you be. Your remembrance activates the planet today. And that's when God says, you are Gaia. You are remembering this. She will speak the knowledge that you bring. So the feels is what she feels. So whatever Jessica is feeling and whatever month she was going through her pregnancy and she's birthing this new, like for her, it's a child. For us, it's a new earth. She's doing it like with the earth at the same time. They're both birthing something new, right? And so whatever she's feeling, the times in the months where she was really pissed, earth was pissed. The times where she's like, we got this, okay? We just got to breathe. We got to sit back. We got to relax. Like, we've got this. It's just this time, whatever. You know, reassess what you need, reassess how you're living. Mother Earth telling you right now, okay? We can't do things the way we used to. You are Gaia. You are remembering this, okay? So you breathe and she breathes. You are held in high esteem. You are the wanderer, but you also are the earth. You walk on you. So God says, how beautiful. God in the life purpose session was saying to Jessica, you walk on you. Like Jessica is walking on the earth to represent the beings of long gone souls. This is beautiful. They were one with Gaia. The old souls, the old beings here on this planet, they were connected to the earth, right? We've forgotten our connection. So they were one with Gaia. They knew the land. They are the source. They are the dirt that we now walk on. I mean, listen to that. They are the dirt that we now walk on. Our ancestors are the dirt that we now walk on. That's Mother Earth is also made of our ancestors, the old souls. And we just walk on them, nothing, and build things, whatever, like nothing. So they are one with Gaia. They knew the land. They are the source. They are the dirt that we now walk on. Honor these. It is the dust, the carriers of our earth, the soil is the long departed, and we have forgotten their souls. You remember who they be. They are within your call. So I feel like these cacao ceremonies are very much, you tell me, but they seem to be very much that kind of work. You're connecting to the spirits of.
Yeah, well, what I wanted to share is very much. So I saw this morning, just looking at some of your words. I'll read this. So your words when you talk to me about, you know, who I am was, I am Mama Earth, I represent the earth. We live on in human form to speak for her and be her voice. And then in putting this, some of this stuff together, I realized that the very first cacao ceremony I did after our session, and it was around when I was working on my branding. And so I was like, okay, who am I? What am I here to teach, you know? And what came through was to teach people to align with the earth, to use its magic to heal us and to ground us, but to reharmonize the circle, the correct circle of life, where we do not just take, but we align. Yeah. And I really wanted to share, like, the whole. Sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied now. So cacao, ceremony of cacao, like, it's known as the food for the shift. So it's written that when the world, its whole purpose is to reharmonize the people with the earth. That's its purpose, and it's an ancient Mayan sort of prophecy, or it's written sort of in ancient Mayan records, that when the people become out of balance with the world and with the earth, the cacao and the cacao spirit will come forth from the rainforest to reharmonize us back with the earth, you know, and to realign us back with the earth. And that's what it is. It's the food. It's the food for the shift. So it's like the food for 2020. Like,
we're all going to start drinking cacao now. I think we all start drinking cacao. I actually used to do just a little ceremony by myself many years ago when my kids were little. Actually, I used to do that long time ago, just connecting. I'm South American, so it was just something that I wanted to connect, and I felt the calling or whatever, and I used to do that. And it was such a beautiful, for me, it was just such a beautiful connection, and it was so lovely. So I think we should all do that. So
yeah,
that's how we harmonize with the earth. We bring that back. Like, I love that. Thank you.
Yeah, and you can do anything with her, like the cacao spirit. I always talk to her as she's definitely a her for me. Well, she is a fifth feminine. But you can do anything with her, you know. You can do little daily doses where you're just drinking it for the day, and you can set your intention of bring me back to my truth, bring me back to my true alignment. It's not just, you know, alignment with the earth, it's about aligning with yourself. Or you could go and do multiple deep ceremony, and you can ask anything of her. Like they say, the other thing that I love about the cacao spirit that they say is, you know, she will open the door, any door that you want, okay, but you just have to be willing to walk through it. So, you know, if you're not willing, you're not going to go anywhere. But wherever you're willing to go, she will help guide you there. And she will help you in any way that she can. Yeah.
That is so beautiful. Oh, I love that. I love that. And it's just, yeah, so it's a cacao spirit. To me, it's like that Mother Earth spirit, that mothering spirit that's taking care of us and opening that for us. But we have to have that intention. Like you said, we have to set that intention. And yeah, I remember when I did do just cacao ceremonies, just a little one just by myself, and my little kids would be running around. Yeah, it was very much linked to an intention. Like that was very huge. Like the intention was huge when I was doing that too. I remember now. Like I hadn't even thought of that for years. So that's beautiful. I feel like we should do some cacao ceremonies with you, Jessica.
I'd love to. It's been such a funny year. If I hadn't have been pregnant, there was so much that I was just bursting to like birth and get out and express. And
the time will come. Like
yeah,
Jessica was all like, oh, but I feel like I haven't done. And I'm like, you are birthing a child. You're in the same, you're parallel. You are actually doing the same thing Earth is doing. It's birthing the new Earth. Right? I say just you being is enough right now, and just letting us know your feelings and what's happening within you, and just, you know, like I'm pissed right now, I'm cranky about what's happening, or I'm okay now. I'm, you know, there's all these emotions that go through, and the Mother Earth will show us. Earth shows us, like when she's pissed, there's stuff happening on the earth. There's movement on the earth. There's somewhere here it also says like the contractions and everything. So I love this too with your mission, Jessica. It says your mission, Jessica, is to empower people to live through the knowledge of what the earth brings. And you do that so beautifully when you speak about cacao and things like that. Not only do we live on you, but we bring with us the knowledge that you need. So you see, there is a part of us that we are all here to give. We were never meant to feel so separate from our earth, from the home that we now live in. And yet society has separated us from your power and the treasures that you bring. Oh, Bruno, shh, it's okay. Sorry, my dog's just, come here. Sorry, otherwise he'll keep barking. Sorry about that. So yeah, society has separated us from your power and the treasures that you bring, because the old souls used to live as part of the earth. They were connected to the earth. We've forgotten all that. And this is how we remember who we be. We are not separate from you. We are creatures here on your earth. You breathe and we breathe. Like if the earth isn't breathing, if the earth doesn't survive, then we don't breathe. Nothing happens. Your world is being destroyed by the very beings that we be. You feel the rawness that you bring. You are energetically being pulled to an atmosphere where we can all now live. You are energetically being pulled to an atmosphere where we can all now live. You are shedding to begin a new way of being. Okay, because you've been speaking to us about there's a new way of being. So just what comes up for you when you hear that we're so separate to Earth and you?
Yeah, well, you've said it twice now, and I before I got distracted, but the very first message that I got through from Mama Earth, because I was sort of like, I don't know, you know, and I got it in cacao ceremony, but I didn't. I've got it, but I've got another message that came through this morning to read, but I'll just give you the gist. But it was very much just about, reharmonizing the circle. So the circle of life. So it was about the fact that we are vampires of the earth, you know, very much so, you know, we take, and the people of the past, they lived in harmony with the earth. So they didn't take the whole buffalo herd. They took a couple of the herd and they left the buffalo herd as a whole, you know. Whereas us, with, like, you know, we want the best of the best fillet cut of steak, you know, and we don't want the other part. You know, they would eat the whole buffalo. Like they would take a couple buffalo and they would eat the whole buffalo. But we've got to have the you know, we want the best of everything. So we just want the fillet steak. We just want whatever it is. And so they're killing more and more. They're killing more and more animals to provide us with our finest cuts, you know. And then we throw away what's not classed as important, and we do that in everything, you know. Like we just take and we take and we take, and that's and when I first heard that message, I was like, well, yeah, we do that, but I have no idea how we turn that around, because it's so ingrained in us. Like And, you know, I still don't know exactly how we turn that around to that extent, but I know that we are moving and we are shifting. And yeah, how we'll look in 10 years, I don't know. Yeah, all I can do, initially it just felt like, wow, you know, how are we ever going to do that? But now I just feel like I can just keep sharing the messages that come through. And
But that's how you sharing that message with us.
yeah.
Oh, hello. It awakens our minds. It awakens, and somebody else will be awakened to that and just think, this is not okay. Okay, we're not living like this anymore. This is not okay, and I'm not okay with that anymore. Like that was so beautiful to hear that. So that's the how. Just sharing her messages, because it's just like the way you see things. That's the thing that I teach everybody. Like, we think that everybody sees the way we do. We think everybody has the same filter. The fact that you are Mother Earth, you see everything through that filter. And it's so normal to you that you think, I'm just being me. Yes, you are, but you are that energy and you've seen it through there. Nobody else sees like you. Nobody sees that, and we need to hear those things, because that was so beautiful. That is just for us to hear that, like, look at what you're doing, and the understanding that you have of how people used to live and now how different they are, and how we have to change our ways. Like, it's not okay anymore. I love what you were sharing.
And all of this that was coming through, what you're sharing, and then that message was all around the time that all the bushfires were on. So it was very, very aligned with what was happening. Yeah.
Amazing. That, oh, yes, we all needed to hear that. That is so beautiful. Let's see. Okay, so that was being about very separate to you. Okay. So at that point, the creator was saying, Jessica, this is an evolution for you. Your world has disrupted. You feel the rage, and also the tiredness was there. But now there is a breakthrough. You are feeling it within. You feel her. You are her. You are Gaia. You are Earth. Breathe her into her new existence. Know that you bring this forth. Believe in your power, your truth. You are Mother Source. So yeah, it's those feelings that I just said, just remember the feelings that you're having through your pregnancy, because that's the different feelings that Mother Earth is having, you know, like that's that reflection to you. So you were also given a message to give to the world.
Yes. So a message came through this morning. I feel like I wanted to say as well, and just like what you said, the feelings through the pregnancy. So, I mean, the last 4 weeks for me, so I'm 37 weeks now, but the last 4 weeks I got a cold. And the whole journey for me has been letting go of the push, my own push as well. You know, my push with my business, my push with everything, and just coming back, because he is like, that's just not going to cut it. That's just not going to work.
And hasn't the world done that to us too? Like society, right? The same thing, right? So you're living this and we're living it in a grander scale. The earth is showing like the same. Yeah, no more pushing. No.
And that, you know, and it's been like little steps for me, anchoring that in. And then about 4 weeks ago, I knew I wanted to just go in and go, have time on my own, prepare for my birth. And I had my own expectations of the things that I wanted to do to prepare. Some of them were from my own guidance, and then there were some that were from, you know, those expectations you put on yourself, because people have done really well with yoga for birth, and they've done really well with this for birth, and so you think, well, I better do that too, you know, to prepare for the birth. And of course then I got sick, and I just literally spent 4 weeks in bed. Like, yeah, I had no energy for any of it, even the bits that I felt guided to do, which was my embodied movement and breathing into my womb. And it's just been like, yeah, just letting go of that final push, you know, and total trust in my body. Instead of like instead of being in the head and like, okay, these are all the things I needed to do, because even with my own guidance, you know, the embodied movement and the breathing into my womb, I go into that like, okay, every day I'm going to do embodied movement, you know, and breathe into my womb, and then I'm going to do yoga 4 times a week. And, where it was just, and then I got sick and I couldn't do any of it. I haven't done any exercise. And the guidance that just kept coming through was to trust the wisdom of my body, trust the guidance of my body, which is all coming from my womb space as well, and which is what a positive birth experience is meant to be all about. And so that's what I've had to do. I've let go of everything. I've let go of all the expectations, and I've just come into more and more trust that my body knows when and what it needs to do. And yeah, just let go of the push, because I know that our little boy, he's not into push. He's not down with it. So but okay, so I'll share you this message I got this morning. So just came through. Hopefully I didn't get a chance to rewrite it, but I think it's all pretty straightforward. So sometimes I get messages through from the ancestors of the earth, and then Mama Earth, but this was Mama Earth. So, okay. It is time now. It is time to stand up, to stand strong and fast. You will be called to make choices, to choose this way or that. Some of you will choose the road familiar because it's easy, because it's bright. But this will not bring you home. You are being asked to step up, to be aware of what you're choosing and where you're going. You are being asked to stand for what you know to be true. You are being asked to come home. But the road home is not always easy. Most of our lives we have been guided away from this path, told to doubt it, avoid it. Because home is where you find your magic. Home is where you find your throne. Connect with me. Connect with the earth. Ask me to guide you home. Sit with me in silence. Bring me your doubts and your fears. Ask me to dull the confusion that's been placed there specially. Ask me to help guide you home. Because home is with me, the new way, the new earth.
Wow.
Home is roaming free, not under a curse. Home is your truth, your onward true north. Set yourself free and open your eyes. And when all else is struggle, fear, confusion, and doubt, come back to me and ask me your route. What's my next step? And who can I trust? Where do I go now to open my eyes? How do I see the lies from the truth? How do I sever what I used to do? Where will it end? Well, child, it won't. We're moving and shifting as this is the time. But come back to me, place your hands on my skin. Feel me and breathe me, for this is my kin. Know that I'm real, that I can't tell a lie. Start with my truth and then open your mind.
Yeah. That is so beautiful. My whole body is just tingling. It's so beautiful. Exactly what we need to hear. Well, we'll have to get that typed up and maybe we can post it under this video or something. That'd be beautiful just for people to listen to that. Alyssa Ann is on and she said tears. I love that so much. She said, oh, she's in tears. Like, it's so beautiful. It really gets to your core. You really feel that. It's like, there was so much in that. There was so much in there. It was so beautiful. I love that, Jessica. So you received that today to give to us.
Morning, yeah. I asked, is there anything she wanted me to share, and that just came through, yeah.
Yeah, so that is so beautiful. Truly, that is the most beautiful thing I have ever heard, Alyssa Ann. Because it's so natural to you, but when we receive it, like it's a transmission for us, it's an energy transmission, and it is so beautiful. It was so beautiful, honestly. It was just like, and that's something that we need to remember, and how beautiful if we have that, and then each one of us individually, you can do a little cacao ceremony at home, and it takes a few minutes, or you know, like take that time for you, like half an hour, and connect to Mother Earth, connect to Spirit, especially as women. Like your work is so much to do with women, especially as women. So I just want to share this too. That was mind-blowing, beautiful. But I also want to share this because I just want them to understand you more, and then when you're ready to work with women again and all that, and just to understand you and the earth and what everything is. And so we'll be following you to get some more of those messages as you're going through the birth and everything. Like, so we've got about 3 weeks for the birth, is that right? It could
well come. Yeah, allegedly. I'm in my midwife is said anywhere from 37 to 42 is normal, so I feel like I'm going to get, there's more to come with the Lionsgate portal, and I don't think he's going to come before that. Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know. I'm a mama, you don't know. They'll come whenever they want to come, and that's it.
One of the only things we can't control.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so beautiful, and I just love that. And he is part of this birthing, like you said, he's here to create something new for us, right? And so I invite you too, because it's beautiful to follow your journey. Like I invite you to continue sharing those messages with us, whatever comes through.
Yeah.
So like we'll go over and follow you, and just if you feel led, of course, then post those messages, because they're amazing, beautiful. And even let us know under this video if you want, if you don't want to post it out or whatever, if you want to share it here, then under this video maybe you can post, or in the group, like post where you're at, or what you're feeling with Mother Earth and whatever, or whatever that's coming through, because that would be amazing for us to like track that experience, you know, or in the God's group or whatever. But I think the people here would love to also hear that, or even, you know, on your page, like we need to follow that along, whatever you're feeling, whatever the message is coming through. Like me, I share a divine message, you shared, you know, Mother Earth's message. That lets us know where we are and where we're going and how she's feeling, and what's, you know, and what's happening. And if you're pissed, Mother Earth is pissed, and that's it. Like, you know, like something's not right. So in the life purpose sessions, I also give each one of you, and when I say like Jessica is Mother Earth Gaia, that's what came through, okay? It's not that I knew anything about what Jessica was doing. I didn't even know she had a baby inside of her. I knew nothing. And that's what came through, that's who she is. In the same way, each one of you watching this at any time, you have this energy that you came to represent the divine with. You are awesome, just like Jessica and everybody else that I've already shared, right? And part of my life purpose sessions, it's like you get your purpose, you get your mission. So your mission is how you do your purpose on this planet, and also the message to the world that your people need to hear. So I just want to read out what came through for Jessica, and in her own way, she's constantly saying that. So the message that came through, and these always blow my mind, they're always so beautiful. So God says, Jessica, your message to the world is, and it's like Jessica saying this, okay? And in just her being is what she's saying all the time, and in different ways. So this message is, today we remember her. We remember her strength, her power, her essence, her truth, and who she is. Am I talking about a woman, or am I talking about a womb that we now live in? Isn't that beautiful? Or am I talking about a womb that we now live in? We are possessing her space. We are taking up space, and she nurtures us now. But how long for? This Gaia is moving. She's now moving on. And we are the ones that are holding on. We're fucking holding on to what was, right? They're doing it the other way. We're holding on. So Gaia is now moving. She's moving forward. Are you coming for the ride? So we are the ones that are holding on, but she's moving forward. Are you coming for the ride, or will you stay where you are? Gaia is shedding her skin. The fires, the floods, the tornadoes, she's tearing it all down. She will begin again. Will you listen to what she now says? Listen, she's speaking to us now. It is done in one and only love. And I love how you, remember we had the fires, we had all the things, all this stuff happening on Earth, and Earth for a little while has been quiet now. It's like you said, you've been resting, you've been quiet, you got sick, you just, no, I'm just here right now. I'm just going to rest. I'm going to do all the things that I was doing. I'm just going to rest. And yeah, so she will begin again. She's had the fires, the floods, the tornadoes. She's tearing it all down. She tore everything down. She will begin again. Will you listen to what she now says? Or are we holding on tight to what was? Like, listen, she's speaking. Isn't that gorgeous? But each one of you get a message to share out to the world. And that's whenever she speaks, she's sharing that message anyway. It's what you were saying anyway. So it's so, so beautiful. Hi, Shona. Yeah, so let me see. Just one more thing here, just so you understand. And very much God said your business is about owning your Gaia spirit, owning it all, and being the embodiment of who you be. And God said, and that's when God was showing me like you're like a shaman walking on this earth. You are an expression of the divine earth, right? So, and another thing that when Jessica does any of her programs, any of her works, any of her ceremonies, in whatever way it comes out, that what God told me that she does is that, because I get your programs, your sessions, all the things, right? So she's here to expand people to realize the expansion that they bring, that together they can work with the earth and create a life of deep transformation and being. I love that. So Earth is crying for our touch. She's tearing it all down. She's angry at times, and then she heals. And I feel like that's what you were doing. Like you tore it all down, and now like I'm tired. I'm healing now. Yeah. So you're just the parallel of our Earth. We need to watch and listen to you. Like Earth is crying for our touch. She's tearing it all down. She's angry at times, and then she heals. She is the womb that we live in. The contractions will be strong. She is birthing the way. This is what you will now teach. So you're birthing Earth, the ascension of who we now be. If Earth is birthing anew, what is it that we must be? What is it that we are being called to be? So this is what she'll be teaching, you know, when she does her ceremonies or whatever comes through her. She's saying like, she's teaching pretty much however she's doing it, but it's birthing Earth, the ascension of who we now be. If Earth is birthing anew, what is it that we must be? We have to ask ourselves these questions. What is it that we are being called to be? Who are these new earthlings that we now become? Who are these new beings? We have to become new. How do we now survive on what has now become? What is it that she is asking of us? What is Mother Earth asking of us? What are the drum beats that we need to attune to? The earth beats just as you do. And you know the earth energy has risen. The energies of the earth has risen. I post it every now and then. And I believe every time we do one of these and every time I activate a new God and the energy, it's activated on our planet and our planet rises. And today we're activating Mother Earth. We're activating her. So the earth beats just as you do. Okay, so what drum beat are we attuning to? Are we attuning to ours or the earth beats just as you do? Allow us to feel how she does. What is she feeling when we come about? Okay, and all your work and everything is like gatherings of the earth, the new ways of how to be. You bring this all in. The knowledge will come. She speaks through you now. So Mother Earth is speaking through you. So let us hear her, because I want to know what she's saying. I want to know how you're feeling, because that tells me, like, when you speak, I just know Mother Earth, where she's at. Like, this is where we're at the moment. Okay. And this is what's coming up and whatever. So I just love everything that you came to be. Like, the earth is laid before them. The souls that are long departed are remembered on this land. You're an expression of the all. You bring them and the answers will be revealed. The answers that they are looking for. What Jessica does is takes you on a journey of their soul, and the spirit speaks through you. Okay, so it's very much about connecting to the souls that are departed. The cacao ceremonies, bringing the spirit in, the answers that they are looking for. You take them on a journey of their soul, and the spirits speak through you. You transmit their energy, and they bring forth the magnetic force. This is interpreted as a transmission of souls, and they enter one, and then they get to lead the people to their souls. So there's so much work about Mother Earth, but she's already been doing this. And then when I gave her this, she was like, I'm not sure if that's me. And you can just hear her. She's like, oh yeah, I do these cacao ceremonies and I do this, and I think Mother Earth, and Mother Earth is speaking. I received a message from Mother Earth and all this stuff. So this is who she be. I want you to go and follow her, expect messages from her. I invite her to share that with us, because we want to see where you're at your journey, because that tells us what Mother Earth is going through. So I love you so much. I feel like it's so exciting, and yeah, Mother Earth is giving birth soon, very soon.
Yeah.
It's birthing a new way, a new vision that this little boy will have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's cool.
And we cannot hold on to the old. So yeah, leave us with a message, please.
And I feel like you chose the time really well. I mean, obviously we're getting closer and closer, so it's hard to know where we'll be in 3 weeks, because so much happens every week. But I feel like his timing was sort of, post crazy. Yes. Although 2020 brings us a lot of, has brought us, it's a continually bringing us crazy gifts. But that's what I feel like. He sort of was like, I'm going to come in just after. Yeah.
And what if we see this as, okay, so if she is Mother Earth, there's a newness is birthing, life is birthing, a new way of being. So let's show up for that. Let's show up knowing that, in that expectation and anticipation of, this is what's coming. This is yes. And knowing that, because if we believe in that, it's different to something else that we're believing, right? So something else, and it's not fear, it's just like something new is coming. Oh my gosh, it's a new birthing, and be ready for it. Allow yourself to be ready for it. Listen to this video, how Jessica told you, like, the old ways aren't the same ways anymore. You have to, like, relax and move in the new direction. And we're going to we are new beings. We must be new beings to move through to this new way of existence. So thank you so much. Thank you for that beautiful transmission. I loved it. Everybody was so moved by it. And we'll see if we can get it posted under here, because it would just be beautiful for them to read too. I love you very, very much. Thank you so much for being here. And just before your little boy comes through, there's the perfect timing. Everything happens in the perfect timing. So
yeah. Thank you. It's been beautiful for me as well. Yeah, it's been really impactful for me too. So thank you. I love you too.
Thank you so much. Thank you all for being on. Love you.